Hi there. Let's talk about Faraja credit facility by Safaricom. Do you think this offering whereby people in Kenya can actually access products at credit to a value of even up to 100k Kenya shillings and then being able to pay back Safaricom within 1 month is something good, or is it a trap? Comment down below. Do you think this is something good, or is it a trap? And if you don't know what Faraja is all about, I'm going to explain in details in this video. Because just a week ago, Safaricom launched a 100k credit facility whereby its target clients, about 32 million people in Kenya who are subscribers to Safaricom, can be able to access credit up to 100,000 Kenya shillings for them to be able to do any purchases out there through pre-approved merchants, and in the process be able to acquire what they require, but also pay back Safaricom within 1 month at no interest rate. What do you think about this? Down below comment before even I discuss with you in details. You are all much welcomed to the Money Daily YouTube channel. My name is Afagza Sifuna. And by the way, if you are new there and you love videos around personal finance, investing, business idea, seeing development projects out there, kindly consider subscribing to this channel. Subscribe because I'm out there each and every day, ensuring I bring you awesome videos on these topics. Thank you for subscribing. Having said that, Safaricom launched its Lipa na M-Pesa credit facility, which actually targets for people out there to be able to acquire goods from merchants. In essence, those services whereby you buy goods through Lipa na M-Pesa. And of course, this has been a conversation for about a good number of years, and it materialized about 4 or 5 months ago when in March, the Central Bank of Kenya approved for Safaricom to enter such a credit agreement with a respective financial out there for them to be able to provide credit directly by their own mechanism. And I'm saying so because Safaricom over the last few years has been partnering with commercial banks out there. For example, KCB, for example, NCBA, to provide KCB M-Pesa, Fuliza, M-Shwari, you name it. Now Safaricom has actually partnered with a company called EDOMX Limited to offer Faraja facility, whereby clients can be able to purchase through Lipa na M-Pesa products between 20 shillings to 100,000 Kenya shillings by this credit facility at 0 interest in case they pay within the same month. If the delay is another story. And with that, this is actually a shift from a traditional way people are accessing financing of products. Of course, from the face of it, it is a huge shift, but when you look at the fundamentals, it is more or less the same. Because guys, this is essentially modern times hire purchase. I know people out there don't want to call it hire purchase, but what we're seeing in the recent times, for example, people being able to access mobile phones and then pay slowly, accessing services and then you Lipa later and so forth. All these are branding or given different names, like for example, buy now, pay later, get now, pay later, enjoy now, pay later, you name it. But in reality, this is hire purchase. And that's where, guys, I want to focus in this discussion. Do you think it is something genuine, or do you think it is a trap? Without really talking much about this, I think, guys, it is both good and bad. First of all, it is good in case you are accessing this money and you are very sure you're gonna pay within 1 month. But also on the other side, it is bad in case you are accessing this money because it is within reach of your mobile phone and yet you are not sure how you're gonna pay. It can be a very huge trap because it can really spin you badly financially. And as such, what do you need to do? Because you have these two options. You can either access it or not. But personally, regardless what you do, I'd really like to advise you on these 3 things. First of all the times ensure you live within your means. For example, just because you can purchase goods worth 100k through your phone, of course, not everyone out there is going to be able to access the same limit, It's going to also be pegged on someone's use of the mobile data and also the credit score and so forth. But I think you need to live within your means. And even so, if you're already earning little amount of money out there or you're struggling to live, ensure you live below your means. And I'm saying so because most of the times out there, people get into trouble because they live beyond their means. For example, someone could be out there, for example, earning 15k Kenya shillings each and every month, and they see these facilities. It triggers them. They go ahead and maybe even get the limit to even a tune of 100k. Even without these guys even paying taxes or even suspending any of their income, it's going to take them about 7 months for them to be able to repay Safaricom. And yet, for this loan, we are talking about it being a 1-month loan term. That tells you already they're going to already have gotten into crazy financial distress. So ensure you live within your means by all times, okay? And then secondly, budget your money. Personally, I think, for example, if you plan to buy something, maybe you are short of cash and you have actually planned very well with regards to you are going to buy it, you're going to use Safaricom's Faraja facility, and even so, you are clear you're going to repay back with a given income. That is okay. But for most people out here, they don't budget. They live on the fly. They spend money as it comes in, which actually is one of the biggest financial mistakes you can do. So ensure by all means you live within your means and also you budget your money. In other words, know very well all your incomes. How much are you getting from different sources of incomes out there? Of that, how much is going to expenses? Maybe your day-to-day living, spending on groceries, spending on your food, you name it. How much of that is going to you paying rent? How much of that is going to you paying school fees and so forth? If you have it written out very well, chances are you're going to have your finances in check. And even so, you're going to be surprised. For example, you might not need even to use these credit facilities out there because they are just a big trap which is going to actually usurp the money which you need, for example, to invest in other activities. Okay? And then the third thing which I'd really recommend for everyone out there is to understand how money flows. In other words, how do you get incomes? How do you spend money? How do you get into liabilities? How do you invest in assets? If you understand how money flows and even so continue to upskill yourself with regards to financial literacy, you're gonna have the mindset of actually prioritizing investing in assets over time as opposed to getting money on credit for you to buy consumables. For example, getting money on credit for you to buy the latest state of art, for example, phone, for example, furniture, you name it. You're going to be getting money on credit to invest as opposed to you spending on things which don't give you money. I hope you have understood what Safaricom's Faraja is all about, and even so, how best you can go about living a healthy financial life. Cheers, guys. You all have a good day.